Hey guys, it's the FPV Dad here. I have the special opportunity of getting to introduce you guys to MaiOnHigh. She's been very busy lately, trying to keep busy learning how to fly these airspeeders, and she's got lots of cool information she wants to share with you guys today. Say
Yeah.
hi, Lexie.
Hi. Hi everyone. How are you doing? Thanks for having me and long time no see, really.
Yeah, I know. The first time we tried this, it didn't go so well. I think that's probably because of my
Yeah.
lack of experience.
It's okay. It's okay. It was tough. I'm sorry.
Well, fresh start today, so we'll give it a go.
Yes.
So, in a nutshell, who is Lexie, and can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I hate those questions. Anyway, it's the hardest to talk about yourself. So, okay. I am Lexi, aka MaiOnHigh, and I've been a drone racing pilot, professional drone racing pilot for oh god, 7 years right now, which sounds really long. And currently, I'm also a professional pilot for AirSpeeder, meaning that about in a year, I'm gonna jump into those things and fly them from the inside, which is great. I love it.
That's crazy. So, is it like, is there anxiety that's coming along with that, knowing that it's coming soon? Like that you're physically going to be
Actually,
inside the thing?
yeah. So when they proposed me the job, I was like, yeah, I'm already doing that. I don't really like you guys don't propose me anything, and they're like, oh no, but we want you to fly from the inside, and I'm like, ooh, okay, okay. You got my attention, so I'm really excited for this. I felt like, after 7 years of just racing drones, it's going to be just a step up. So currently we are scheduling all the training, because we need, of course, the training to fly from the inside. We're going to do
Of
gliders,
course.
PPL, and stuff like this, so that's really, really exciting. And yeah, I mean, I just want to do it so much.
I don't blame you. So with these drones, are they physically capable of doing the same kind of things that our actual FPV drones do, or do they strictly fly in almost like angle mode?
No. So, well, they are of course not going to do flips, rolls, and whatever, and dive buildings. Maybe they can actually. Wait,
Yeah,
let me
you
think
never
about it. I
know.
don't know. You never know. But they are so much bigger, and they are 150 kilograms. So it's a lot of weight, and it's hard to like stop it in one place. But it's a brand new animal type of a thing. So flying
Hmm.
those is so much different than flying actual FPV drones. And for the safety stuff that we have to do with, all the authorities, government, and just to keep everyone safe in the area as well, we started with stabilized mode, but we are now working on getting them into acro, because we will
Oh, that's
have to
cool.
retune every single one of them. Every single one of them is a little bit different. And now we are planning that every single pilot will have their own speeder. We know which ones are ours already, but it's just for the pilots to set up their own rates and their own setups that they feel most comfortable with once we get into acro. But it's literally like flying FPV since day one all over again, so that's
Yeah.
pretty exciting.
Do you get to fly in a simulator, I guess, to practice what you're doing?
Yes, we have simulator that is set up for kind of three types of control. One of them is for um, like general public. We want to release one for general public, and it's gonna have like a steering wheel. We're just trying if that would work, and it's kind of funny with the steering wheel, to be honest. We have another one that has controls just like in a helicopter, so we have the throttle and a little joystick on the sides, and we also have, of course, our RC controllers on which we are training right now, but we are going to be switching for the HOTAS and type of a control that's in the helicopter, so it's going to be a little bit more real. So before we jump in, we're going to
So,
actually switch the
like
RC
you.
controllers into the HOTAS.
Oh, that's cool. So like
Right?
that next experience would be more of like you feel the G forces and etc.
Yes, yes. So we're getting a simulator that will also move us around, which our CEO is really excited about. But yeah, I'm gonna see how this one goes.
Well, I think you actually answered one of the questions I was going to ask you about the
Yeah, I know.
weight of
Sorry.
the vehicles. So what did you say it was?
The weight is around 150.
That's incredible, eh? And then on top of that, putting a human inside it, and it's still capable of it.
Yeah, so the manned version, the crude version, we're not using manned. Not
Man,
even
the
man.
human
It's
human
crude. It's
version.
crude. It's crude. Crude version will be a little bit more heavy, and actually, the engineers are setting it up for like 90 kilograms of a person plus 10 kilograms of gear. So then, the lighter you are and the smaller you are, the better advantage you have over everyone else. So me being a hobbit, it's going great.
So, I guess for people seeing this for the first time and getting to meet MaiOnHigh, whereabouts were you born? Because right now we know that you're in Australia, but most people might not know.
Yeah, so I was born in Poland. I lived in Poland, Ireland, and Germany. And now I'm in Australia, yeah. So crazy.
Was Poland a competitive scene for FPV drones?
Of course, I mean, there's a lot of really cool pilots in there. And I think every single country by now has a really nice competitive scene when it goes to FPV. I haven't seen any of those people for like 3 years right now or more because of COVID and stuff. But yeah, been pretty nice.
Okay, well, I guess my next question is, what inspired you to start flying, but not only just fly, but actually get into racing specifically? Because I noticed you do freestyle, but you got right into the racing more so.
Yeah, so I actually tried everything. I'm doing everything. And when I started with FPV, it was a bigger story because we started as making a video for a theater, and it was with really old DJI without live view. So we had to go up, do a shot, go down, put the camera, the card in, check it. It looked really bad. So we go up and try it again. And it took us like 3 days. And I said to my friends, like, it would be really nice if we could, like see what the
See,
drone sees. It would be great.
exactly.
Yeah, so a couple of weeks later, I actually got introduced to FPV with the goggles, and a friend of mine just went up and down, and I was like, "This is amazing! I want to do it like my entire life now." So that was how it went, and then I was trying to, learn how to fly, and then I got to know that was like January 2015 when I started flying FPV, and then I got to know that there's something like racing with it, and I was like, "Ooh." So I can also like race things with it. Great, love it. And this is how I started. It was for community mostly because when you do freestyle, you're mostly like just with your friends or alone. And I wanted to meet as many people as possible, learn as much as possible, and just exchange
And
experiences. So I
network.
started racing. Yeah, I started racing for this purpose. But then racing got me to travel all over the world and being invited for all those races. And I was like, well, I'll just gonna go with the flow. And it's just really exciting, this extra adrenaline and the possibility of just spending time with your friends, traveling the world, and winning prizes. I mean, come on, was absolutely a
Oh, of
thing.
course.
So, yeah, so this got me straight to racing. And from racing, we're now racing the big things. So, I mean, I think it worked for me.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree with you. But I actually had a specific question now that we're on the topic of like racing and stuff like that. Did you actually have a signature frame, like a freestyle frame or a racing frame that you like to use, or like a Lexie frame?
I used to have my own frame, but they stopped making it because the guy went out of FPV. I'm currently using Quad Skinny. This is the frame that I'm having all three of those here.
For racing?
Quad is a German company, yeah. But for freestyle and for long range here, I'm using the Apex from Impulse RC, and those need to be finished, by the way. It's not going well.
Yeah, the
But
Apex is
yeah,
pretty tough, that's for sure.
exactly. So that was exactly the point why I chose it. So I'm trying to kind of like, through the move, I actually just took those three with me. So I need to rebuild my empire.
Have you gotten to fly since you went out there?
I went once to Adelaide's racing club. I actually signed up for the racing club, so hi guys. And I didn't really have that much time to fly with them because this is the first time in my life when I'm working literally 9 to 5, and it's been pretty tough on me because I need to do this 9 to 5 at AirSpeeder, do all of the stuff that is required of me, and then come back home and do more stuff for my company. And by the end of the day, I'm just want to spend my weekends drinking tea and reading a good book, you know?
Just
So it's been pretty
relaxing.
tough. Yeah, just relaxing. I think I'm going through a little bit of a burnout, but I think it will just pass with time. And Onigiri FPV is visiting me soon in August. So by then, those two need to be done because we're totally going fine.
So what was it like when you were going for the transition of moving from where you were to where you are right now and going for such a cool job? I assume that's like the main motivation for why you went. It wasn't like I want to go to Australia. It was like this job it's pulling me out there.
Yeah, when they said that, they really offered me this job. I was like, you know what? I never considered Australia as a thing, but I'm gonna go. So I did all of my research, which by research, I mean I literally watched people's vlogs of moving from Europe to Australia. I was watching videos about Adelaide, and I was going to like top reasons to move to Australia, top reasons not to move to Australia, just so I'm aware, and
Yeah.
all type of things. So I went full throttle on it, and so far so good. It was really stressful because I actually, at the end of the day, had 3 weeks to move from Germany to Australia. So that was not much time.
Yeah, you have to
And a
pack
lot
up
of my
everything.
stuff, yeah, a lot of my stuff is still with my dad, and I'm not even sending it because it's too expensive. And you literally had to rebuild all of your life. And the problem here was also no one wanted to rent me an apartment before I come here and see it myself.
Oh,
So
physically.
yeah, physically. So it took me like 3 weeks to a month, I think, to find a place that I have right now. And I was so desperate by the end because I had to live off Airbnb and I was at the friend's house later. So thanks very much, Emily, for doing this for me. Um,
Oh.
and yeah, once I got the place, then the other problems happened because you're happy that I have a house now. It's great. I have somewhere to sleep. And then it's like, I don't have a fridge. Where do I store my food? Well, where do I wash my clothes? And then it
Can I ask
started
a friend if they
to,
can keep it?
yeah, exactly. So it was really weird. For I actually went to like Facebook Marketplace and looked for a fridge, and another friend of mine from the office helped me get the fridge to my house, and I was so excited.
Oh.
He said he never saw a person that excited to have a fridge in their life. Another friend helped me with the washing machine, which I also got from Facebook. But yeah, slowly building up stuff. When it goes to the studio, yeah, you said that it's the same setup as I had before. It was because I had no ideas what to do with myself. I actually bought two desks. I'm using one of them and I want to sell the other one because I'm not using it. And I'm like, this was so stupid. But yeah, I'm just still building up stuff in here and trying to, make it happen so it's easier for me to create content and to work on it. But yeah, it's proven to be really hard. I mean, we're in July, almost August, and I'm still kind of all over the place. So it's not going well.
So, what kind of, I guess, you partially answered that just now, but what kind of obstacles other than that have you run into? So, like, have you had to go get new bank accounts to make sure that your money for your pay for this job has gone into, like, an Australian bank account, or were you able to use, like,
Yeah, so actually that was hilarious. I used to use the Wise Bank, which is allowing you to have a lot of currencies and different bank accounts for different currencies. The problem was I didn't have a card, so all I had to do was to pay with my phone. And with Facebook Marketplace, I needed cash, and I couldn't withdraw a cash. So I was asking friends like, "Hey, do you have $300 cash that I can send you on your bank account? Because I don't have a card." And in Adelaide, everything closes at 5 p.m. So before you finish work, everything's
really?
closed. Yes, and banks are not open on Saturday and Sunday. And it's like, when do you think I'm gonna go there? So after a month of
Is
me
there,
struggling with trying to get it, if one of the people, Renee from work, actually was just like, you know what, you don't have a bank account. This is getting insane. I'm just gonna take you on the lunch break and we're gonna set up a bank account for you. And I don't care how long it will take. So we did this within like an hour. Instead of a lunch break, we were just there for an hour. And then she was like, we were setting a bank account for Lexie because she doesn't have one. And it's been like a month or something.
so did she have to be like a guarantor for you because you're not from
Yes.
Australia? I had a feeling that's what it was. Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah,
good
it
that it
was
worked
pretty
out
hard.
though. You
Yeah,
got to
I was
get
so
paid.
happy. Yeah, so I was getting paid for my Wise account, but still I couldn't just withdraw any cash, so that was a problem. But yeah, now it's fine. We're all set up, having my insurance and stuff for a month right now because I didn't know I can have any. And yeah, we're trying to get me settled down, but it's been a trip.
How are the regulations out there for drones compared to, I guess, the rest of the world or North America, or because right now I think we're
Mm,
most of the North America is sitting at that 250 or sub 250 law. So anything over sub 250 or whatever, you have to have a license.
yeah, but the license isn't that hard, right? Because it's just theoretical 107.
Is are they the same kind of thing in Australia though?
No, they have 2 kilograms, up to 2 kilograms, but you have to do theoretical exam and the practical exam, which is line of sight, by the way. So you cannot really do it on FPV drones unless in stabilized mode you can probably try. Um, and then there's 25 categories, so you have to do this. There's also like hobby places like aviation clubs and stuff, but it's pretty boring for FPV pilots. And there's a lot of restrictions here, so it's pretty tough on people. I'd say it's
So
tougher
even
than
if
in
you were
US
to
and
go
Europe.
take, yeah, so even if you were to go take your quads on the wall, you'd kind of be like walking on eggshells a little bit about what you could fly.
Yeah, a lot. So, as I'm saying to everyone, always have the AirMap IO app in your phone just to check if you can actually fly in the place. And you have to keep like 30 meters away from any people. So, flying next to people is absolutely no. And yeah, it's actually pretty restrictive here. So, it's
Did you
tough.
bring tiny whoops?
Yes. Well, I didn't
Okay,
bring one. I have
yes.
one hex here. So, I have this. It's working
That's
well.
pretty close. You could risky fly it in your house.
Yeah, well, you can fly in your house, of course, and you can fly in like closed, like under the roof. Outside is bigger of a problem, but we're dealing with it. It's pretty okay.
So, my next question is, what is the top speed of these air speeders? What are they actually capable of? Like, if they're just maxed out full throttle.
Yes. So I'm under NDA, so I can tell you that the max speed is a secret. Wink, wink. um, but normal hover speed, like when you just kind of cruise around, it's like 90 per hour. I can tell you that.
Hovering speed is 90 per hour?
Well, just cruising a little bit, like doing na 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 na, just not
You're
not
call
throttling that much, just being like stroll, little walk, you know.
you're calling that like cruising. That's crazy. That's like in
But
Canada,
that's kilometers
90
per
miles
hour.
per.
That's kilometers per hour. That's not miles per hour. How much is it? 90 kilometers per hour to miles per hour.
I think it's only like
Uh,
70, 70 or 75 or something like that.
uh, Let me see. Google will tell us. 55, 56 actually.
55.
Yeah.
See that even that's fast though, because like if I'm on highway speed in Canada is 120 kilometers an hour. That's average highway driving. So
Yeah.
just this
But
thing's
it's
going
big, so it
higher
doesn't
speed.
look that fast. That's the problem. It's so big, it doesn't look that fast. With FPV drones, it just goes "Phew," and you cannot see it. And it's like, oh wow, where is it? So fast. And with those speeders, it's like it's going fast, but you don't see it because it's so huge. It's like,
Do you
oh,
have
it's this
side
one.
windows or is it just one window in the front, or like if you're rolling for a turn, can you look out your side window as you're doing it?
Yeah, so the whole canopy is translucent and you can look on the sides. Absolutely.
That's really cool. Because then you can time things up. Like if you're trying to pass someone on a corner, you could see where they are and get on that inside corner and stuff. That's
Yeah,
gonna be crazy, Lexi.
that's why on the simulator we have 3 screens, so we can look on the sides as well.
Yeah, just thinking about it, it just reminds me of Star Wars, like those jet fighters when
Yeah.
they're racing through the forest and dodging all the trees.
Yeah, exactly. Same.
Only those things are blowing up like every 2 seconds. You don't want those air speeders blowing up every
No,
two
I
seconds.
don't. No. They're pretty safe. So that's why it takes us a lot of time because engineers are trying to make sure that, we're we're safe, it won't blow up. Of course, it won't blow up, but you know what I'm saying. It's like it's really important to just keep stuff safe. So yeah, and you need to be nice with engineers. I decided to be nice to everyone because my life literally lays in their hands.
Exactly. So I guess this next question is more for the fans of Lexie for her racing career. Do you plan on down the road getting back into your racing, like after this AirSpeeder career, or is this like a permanent career from this point onwards?
I think it's permanent career, but I want to come back to racing. I actually wanted to join the Australian Championship, but I got to know about it a little bit late. And there was just one race left, and the tickets of the plane tickets to Melbourne were like $700, and I was like, I'm not doing that because that's too much. So I'm gonna try next year, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm totally going back. Don't worry about it.
So, if someone else was trying to accomplish similar goals as to what you're doing right now, so someone watching this video wanted to become an airspeeder pilot, how does that happen? Did you have to apply for it, or did they just message you one day?
They actually did message me, but I know that we are looking for pilots, the new pilots. So you can always apply through LinkedIn or things like this, and just be sure that you have any type of media coverage because we are the faces of the company. You have some stuff to show that you have been winning or doing, and you don't have to really be FPV pilot. Maybe I mean we're gonna be doing the whole training for the pilots as well because that's literally like learning the brand new skill set. So it's a lot of fun. But yeah, you can apply and just be sure that really you have a lot of skills that may translate into being an speeder pilot. So media, doing videos, having any type of social media presence in general, as well as just being really good with what you are doing. And also, you need to be aware that for me personally, this also means I'm doing 1 hour workout every single day. I'm currently on a special diet, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Think of it like training for Formula One drivers. This is the same thing, and it's pretty tough sometimes. It made me cry a couple of times.
Aw. You want to, but
Oh,
they're trying to push you to the limits, like where you almost your breaking point, essentially, right?
yes, and that's absolutely okay. I mean, I decided to do it quicker than everyone else because I know that some of the pilots are not getting ready for this hardcore stuff yet. But I decided that I'm doing it since day one because I'm serious, and it's really tough. It's long hours of work. It's getting up at 4 a.m. for the test flights. It's even if you get up at 4 a.m. for the test flight, you come back from it really dead, and you still need to do your 1 hour workout. So it's drastic.
A lot, yeah, it's a lot of like things to kind of take on your plate all at once, for sure.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll close it now by thanking you because I know you're a very busy girl and I don't want to take all your time.
All good,
And
all good. It's just Sunday.
I am very grateful that you took the time to do this because the first time we tried to go through this, I did feel
Yeah.
kind of silly because I didn't have my headphones and there was a whole bunch of audio leak, but you still came through round two to help me do this. So thank you
Yeah,
very much.
sure. Sure, all good. I mean, we all learn. We all started somewhere. So, guys, if you're not following the FPV Dad, click the link there. It's subscribe. It's really nice. It's red. If you click it, it's gonna get gray. So it's great. You should try it.
Thank you so much, Lexi. I'll let you say goodbye first.
Yeah, okay. So thanks very much for having me again. That's really awesome. Loved it. And thanks, guys, for watching. I hope you liked it. And if you did, don't forget to leave this video a thumbs up so he gets more engagement. And leave a comment down below as well. Helps immensely.
As always, guys, stay safe and happy ripping. Much love.